Hi friends, welcome back. So Robinhood could be in trouble with the SEC. I want to go over the details of this one because I think it's interesting and just jump right in. So it says here, Robinhood says SEC could pursue enforcement actions over its crypto operations. And this is coming out on May 6th on a Monday. Let's jump into the details of this stuff. So this is actually coming from Robinhood's their blog, their press release here. It says Robinhood response to Wells' notice from the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. And we go down here and it says, again, this is from Robinhood. Earlier today, we announced Robinhood Crypto has received a Wells notice from the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission staff indicating they will recommend that the commission file an enforcement action. So this is basically an official letter saying, or they could call you to and say, hey, we've been looking at you, investigating you, and now we're going to try to do something against you. Possible things they could do would be like stop doing what you're doing. That would be like a cease and desist. They could do like a disgorgement. So that would be you've been getting profits in illegal ways. So please give us that money. They could also just outright fine you. And I'm sure they could come up with other things as well. I'm just giving you some general gist of it. And we'll see what Robinhood has to say about this. It says, after years of good faith attempts to work with the SEC for regulatory clarity, including our well-known attempt to come in and register, that's sort of when the SEC was like trying to suggest that they want to work with all the cryptos. We are disappointed the agency has decided to issue a Wells notice related to our U.S. crypto business. And that's coming from Dan Gallagher, Chief Legal, and that's their compliance and corporate affairs office. We believe that the assets listed on our platforms are not securities, okay? So this is always a big issue when we talk about crypto and who regulates it. If they are securities, the SEC is like, yo, you got to be, under our jurisdiction. If they're not securities, then that would be I think it's called I want to say it's the CFTC, something like that. And essentially that's the weaker branch of the government. And is crypto a commodity or security? That's sort of what we're talking about here. And we will look forward to engaging with the SEC to make it clear just how weak any case against Robinhood Crypto that is, would be on both facts and the law. Interesting. So they're claiming that perhaps SEC's got their facts wrong and even the law wrong. So we'll see how that. And then when the SEC comes up with charges against you, right? The Robinhood does have a chance to defend itself. Here it says also, Robinhood has made difficult choices not to list certain tokens. Okay, so they don't list everything according to Robinhood, or provide products such as lending and staking, and they don't necessarily do everything, which is kind of interesting. That the SEC previously alleged are securities in public actions against other platforms. So I think Coinbase would be example, Binance. And I don't remember if SEC did an action against like a Voyager or other ones as well. But I know Coinbase and Binance, and then like FTX, we talked about before in the channel. Moreover, Robinhood heeded the SEC's calls and attempted to register public special purpose broker dealer with the agency. So Robinhood is making the claim that they keep trying to work to stay in compliance. Robinhood also says, to our customers, this development will not affect your account or services we provide. I see. Okay, so Robinhood's gonna say this, right? They're gonna say nothing's gonna change. We just got contacted by the SEC, but nothing will change. But I would say this is optimistic because they don't know what the SEC is gonna say. If they say, hey, you need to cease all of your crypto operations, and you got money in this stuff, you might be kind of screwed on Robinhood. The reason why I bring that up, I was actually looking at this here. This was like a crypto wallet thing. And the reason why I want to start with this is because there's different parts of Robinhood, right? So in this situation here, the crypto wallet stuff, they'd released it in USA, but then I guess it wasn't. It says here, crypto wallets are not yet available in Hawaii, Nevada, and New York. Okay, this is the time release. I don't know about today if you're in Hawaii, Nevada, New York, if you can do these things, but I'm saying that the rules are going to be different. So like for example was what if SEC's rules are one way and another state decides to jump on in and say, oh, okay, we agree. So a state could take an action, not just the SEC. The other thing is too regarding this stuff. I guess in the past, this would be June 9th, 2023. Robinhood delisted Cardano, Polygon, and Solana. And then I was reading here, I guess they forced you to sell your assets. I saw this here. I was like, what the heck? It says, this is last year. It says Robinhood will cease trading ADA, Matic, and Sol on June 27th. Any customers who have those three crypto assets in Robinhood accounts at the time removal will have them automatically sold on the market. So this is where and then hold on, we'll read the second part. That said, users are able to simply withdraw their ADA, Matic, and Sol prior to delisting, right? Get your money out or get your crypto out. That's the best way to say it. You gotta be careful with your words. Is it a commodity? Is it an asset? Is it a crypto? Whatever. However, the ability to withdraw those crypto assets is not available in every state. See, then that's why I mentioned the state stuff, because it's like this thing can get really, really messy. This is why I don't generally mess with this stuff at all myself. If you're curious, because I was, is Robinhood in other countries? So according to this, and I guess this comes from the Robinhood website, Robinhood is only an American thing. I was thinking they were trying to go maybe to other countries, but I guess not, at least according to this. And if you guys are in another country other than the USA and you use Robinhood, let me know. I'd be curious on that one. The other thing too I want to mention is what possible things could happen to Robinhood. So they could pay a fine, right? The SEC could just shut down their whole crypto operation, just theoretically. They could do a disgorgement. So that would be, hey, you've been getting profits from things you've been doing illegally. So for example, let's say, it turns out Robinhood was, having some sort of lending or margin account or staking or something that they're not supposed to be doing based on, say, I can't say security, a crypto they weren't supposed to be trading. And then they say you made profits off of doing stuff you're not supposed to be doing, we'll take that money from you. We're going to see. The other thing too I want to mention this stuff is, and this is always becomes an issue when you talk about crypto and these enforcement actions, is crypto a security or not? And this brings up this thing called the Howey test. And if you guys are in the crypto stuff, you probably know all about this stuff, and you probably have comments on the whole Robinhood thing. Okay, so how do we define what a security is? So this essentially, is it an investment of money? We're talking about crypto here. I would say yes, it is money. An investment of money, that is, you're putting money into this thing. Is it in a common enterprise? I think there's always a debate on that one. With the expectation of profit, see, I would say yes, but I think people can debate on that. They can say, I just believe in the technology. I guess you can make that case. And again, this is all be legal stuff that people would argue about, right? And is it to derive the efforts of others? And I think that would go back to the original founder who said crypto. What's the purpose of it? Who's doing said things? Are you part of said thing? Are you a minor, not a minor? I mean, it's like these things are really messy. My point of view is it a security or a commodity? I'm just not into this stuff because I guess my whole point of view in general of this stuff is because I find this stuff to be basically monopoly money. If the game closes down, no more money for you, or you can talk about casino, talking about crypto stuff, it's all casino money. And when the casino closes, your chips are worthless. So that's why I generally don't mess with this stuff. I do understand though that people have money in this thing. So that's why I do cover it because, and guys, I know it's popular. So I just want to warn you guys about this stuff, that this is happening in case you didn't hear the news, because you do want to be aware. Also too, there was a weird thing happening recently. So this was on May 4th, and you may have heard about this one. I'll just read the headline here. Wrapped Bitcoin wallet loses $69,300,000 worth of crypto in apparent address poisoning scam. And this is probably the biggest danger of there's a couple dangers, but I'll just say one really big danger of crypto is if you send your money to like a wallet and it's the wrong address, that money's gone. You're not getting it back. Whereas this, for example, and I'll use the same example. If someone uses my credit card at a store and buys something that I didn't buy, I literally just call my credit card company and be like, I don't know what that purchase is. I didn't buy 20 TVs, and they'd be like, oh, okay, you didn't buy 20 TVs, and they'll, do whatever the card company does and figure out that I wasn't there or I didn't do it right. Or it's not just credit card company, your bank can do this kind of things as well. If there's something that's fraudulent, you just call up your bank, hey, that's totally not me, etc. The other thing is you can do as well is you can shut off your credit card, shut off your bank account, access, etc. Just call them up. The crypto stuff, it's like once that money's gone, it's gone. Whereas the card, you're actually protected with these things. So I've had that happen a couple times. Now you call them up, you don't end up losing, which is pretty cool. But yeah, crypto stuff, to my knowledge, when that money's gone, it is, and I say to my knowledge, because have you guys ever heard of a situation where someone gets their money back, let me know. But you know, these kind of things I think are highly risky. And this is sort of over, you know, going back to say this whole stuff, because I know there's people out there who, you know, love crypto and hate the government kind of stuff. But my feeling is like, you know, the reason why you regulate said stuff, and also too why we talk about scams and all the time on this channel, you know, one, you regulate stuff to protect people from getting scammed. But there's just so many scams out there, it's hard to protect everyone. And you know, obviously need money to fund said regulations. I'm just talking about term to protections. And when the SEC or whatever government body isn't out there, this is sort of where you need to just put out the warnings out there in the community. Like every time I get a scammy email, you know, I can't call up the SEC and say, I got a scammy email that, you know, that I'm related to some sort of, you know, prince in whatever country. And, you know, they think I'm the king and they're going to give me a whole bunch of money, right? That kind of stuff. I can't waste their time with that. And so this is sort of why we have to protect each other. Anyway, I'd like to hear your guys' thoughts on this one. And if you have any money in a Robinhood crypto, what's been your experience in that? I'd like to hear that one as well. I know the saying in crypto is, they always say, what is it? It's like, if it's on the platform, it's not your crypto, right? And so unless it's like safe in your own little wallet thingy, I guess. But yeah, another thing too with Robinhood, just be careful about them. Is they've been shady before in the past, as you guys know. So yeah, that's why I mentioned this stuff about this thing here where they're saying that, you know, this will not affect your account or services provided. I'll just say they're being optimistic because we don't know. I'm not saying necessarily anything's going to happen to it, but I'm just saying we don't know. I'll just put that way. And you know, I remember BlockFi went under also. So, but this is Robinhood's crypto arm and not their stock arm. So, anyway, thanks again for watching. Please share your thoughts on this and be careful. Looks like the SEC's after this stuff now. So, I'll catch you in the next video.